It's the path if you learn to get it right. They can't filter how we talk, cause we ain't tell no lies. Just to let them know you can never stop the truth. You gotta always stay. To the code, I never lie to you. Ain't no filter when I talk, I am the one for you. Unfiltered.
Alô, bonsoir. I don't know. Good evening, guys. Bear with us. We're having broadcast issues right now. But welcome. It is Filter Me Not. It's your girl, Wendy Dawn Williams. I got my host, BC.
I swear.
Okay, it was part of the show. I do apologize for touching your hand.
Yes.
I have Sharon back. We're going to do ladies first. Well, hello, everyone. And our guest tonight is Jamal Turner.
What's up, y'all?
Guys, let me know how audio is. We having technical difficulties this day. We're going to get it together, but take it all in love. But just let us know what's going on in the comments so we can get it together during commercials. But today we're going to be talking about debt management, credit, and business building. It is the new year. Only makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Credit up, man. Makes sense, you know? Credit is very important.
None of them told me my lips was dry, y'all. It just feels dry. It don't look dry.
Yeah, I missed it too. You know what I mean? We all sat here and missed it. Actually,
Don't
it was an inside joke. We all knew, but we didn't say nothing.
No.
Well, that's what it is. Because you're real close to the exit door.
I'm very close.
Okay. But yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about today. But first, we're going to say hello. And everybody who's tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you guys could take the time out and share the live, we would appreciate it. If you're not following, follow and then hit the notification bell. When we
Sharing
come on.
is caring.
Sharing is caring. We learned that in kindergarten, wasn't it? I'm not caring.
And it's free.
She cared. And it's
And it's
free.
free. It don't cost anything to share it.
You might could get a tax write-off. Who big feet? Not playing with you tonight, okay, Brittany? Okay. But welcome again and share where you been, friend.
I've been letting you guys.
You're glowing, Shay.
I know.
You're glowing.
I'm not.
You're glowing.
No, there's nothing different.
You look rejuvenated, friend.
Rejuvenated.
I got new batteries.
That's what it is.
Yeah, new
New
battery.
batteries. New batteries. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Duracell or
Energizer?
Energizer.
You only Duracell.
Okay.
You must have Energizer the last time.
I had Energizer last time.
Switch it up.
Yeah,
So
switch
now
it up.
And it didn't keep beating.
No, I mean, it's this thing. It's this thing.
crazy.
Brittany, there go a client. She likes batteries.
Yeah. Hit my DM, Brittany. It's IG Sin City, Facebook sharing. I need to link up with you. Thank you. Go ahead.
Well, we know you. Hey, Jamal, how you been? It's been a while since I seen you.
Yes, it has. It has been a minute. I
Y'all
see Zell is viewing. Zell, what's up?
What's
Zell?
up,
Appreciate you,
Zell?
appreciate you.
Share the live, guys. Appreciate
Share.
y'all. Tonight we're gonna be talking about finance, and also we're gonna talk the Capitol breach because I damn sure gonna talk about it.
I mean,
Pressure.
I can't wait. I gotta be
pressure.
You know how much more other important items I did besides the Capitol Hill breach?
Pressure.
No.
Platform.
Yeah,
No,
but
the Capitol breach is
It is.
important
It
because America is really being exposed for never being great to begin with. So you
Yep.
can't make something that was never great
Yeah.
again. You
Yep.
see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because at the same time, again, we weren't even able to make it to the steps,
Right.
sidewalk, let alone all the way inside. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not anything that you did not know was going to happen. It was also all over social media. It was all over Twitter. It was all over. And the news says it. They knew, but why wasn't y'all prepared?
Right.
Y'all prepared for us.
A lot of those guys that was on those steps, I mean, what people fail to realize, a lot of those guys are part of military. They're part of law enforcement, low key. That's why you call them the good old boys. That's why a lot of the Klansmen and those folks that judges, they're police officers, sergeants, they're lieutenants and captains. So, you know, when Trump made the statement, stand by, stand down and stand by, he was talking to not like backwoods guy. He was talking to like individuals of some power, you know what I'm saying, was able to do something because no one of no power can pull something like that off. You follow what I'm saying?
Listen, if that was,
Say it. Speak.
I want to.
Speak freely. Feel to
If
me
that
not.
was minority, a lot better. If that was a minority.
If it
wouldn't
was
go down like
us
that.
black folks,
We already know that though.
black and brown,
Headshots.
We already know that though.
Headshots.
So,
But it shows you the entitlement that they have.
privilege.
Privilege.
it's the privilege. I mean, but that's something that we all know though. So like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying right or wrong of it. We already knew what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Prior to it even happening, if it was even us, we saw what they did when we went down there. They was already there. You see what I'm saying? Guarded off. Everybody had, and it was nothing. And we was peaceful. Every time we do protest, every time we do speak out, there's always a peaceful act.
Well, when it's
You know what
us
I'm saying?
with thugs,
Of course.
the mob,
Animals,
animals, gangsters.
gangsters.
When it's them, it's just
They just speaking their feelings.
They just speaking
speaking
their
out.
feelings. Exactly. Nah.
It's not the same. You know?
But I mean,
That's
if I had to
something we
speak
all-
on this, I mean, I see it two different ways.
Okay.
Trump just did some real nigga shit.
He did
He
some
does.
Palm Beach shit. He from Palm
I
Beach.
ain't
though.
happy. Palm
He
Beach.
from Palm Beach. See?
And you know what? With him having a house
Can I
right
look at the
here.
camera one time though? I'm looking at the camera one time. I'm from Palm Beach, you know what I'm saying? Actual native. I was raised here, 86. I moved down from Jersey. Being from Palm Beach, only a Palm Beach person will understand. Palm Beach is just what it is, and Trump did some Palm Beach shit. So what happens is being white or black, if you from it, you understand it. But being in a racial position, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But he did a Palm Beach move. 'Cause that's
So-
something that
You know what? I could say he did a Palm Beach move, but Palm Beach, or you can look at it as a nigga move.
right.
I ain't happy, so let's tear this motherfucker up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that just goes to show you. I was speaking to the owner of my company, and I was telling him that I'm voting Biden, and everyone was all this whoop la. well, do you want to? They both snakes, but do you want to see the snake, or do you want the snake to be up front? But it's not even about both of their ass being snakes. It's about you showing your ass off. How am I supposed to say you the representative of
us?
Of us,
And you're showing your ass.
and you showing your ass?
Now, can I ask you a question?
So you rather him?
So let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So we all up here pay taxes.
Okay.
So you think it's okay for us to pay other countries just because with your tax dollars?
No, but you know what? What they do with the tax dollars, I'm just one person, but wherever it goes, it goes.
No, it shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be that way.
So you think it was right given what country that was?
Did they give like 90 million or so, like 90 billion?
Back,
Yeah.
Pakistan,
Like,
whatever.
they gave like 90 billion?
Okay.
Billion?
For peace. I'm paying you for peace.
Oh, but they've been
Listen.
doing that.
Trump said,
Oh,
no,
they've been
but
doing
we
that
don't.
for-
Okay.
They've been doing that for
Right.
centuries.
We
though.
didn't know that. You think the Democrat told us, hey, we're going to pay Pakistan 90 billion of your tax dollars just to hush. You okay with it? I'm just asking you.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Big
I'm
C.
asking you a question. Are you okay with it?
Yes, kind of.
Why?
Because
Enlighten me.
if Trump ain't
No,
nothing,
don't say Trump. Was you okay with us paying other countries just to pay them?
did we know that before Trump?
No. Why?
But
Why?
that's what I'm trying to get to.
It shows you what type of snakes they are.
Yeah.
The
But
Democrats.
this is what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
When it comes to
Not snakes, but-
if Trump come in today and
Yeah.
say, Sharon, listen, buy this stock.
I'm
Listen,
buying it.
I'm
buying it.
blowing my whole paycheck on that
I'm going
stock.
all in.
Facts.
I'm
But
going all
if
in.
Trump say, Sharon, I'm about to post this shit, nah, bruh, I ain't on that. Okay, so there's certain things that, he's a businessman. He's a businessman. I will follow him as far as business goes.
He's a great businessman.
But running a country,
So can I ask
He's
you a
not a
question?
running country.
You don't.
guy.
Let me ask you a question. So you don't see. Let's keep 1,000. You don't think running the country is all business?
no.
It's political business
Okay.
more than
Okay, cool.
more than actual finance.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna mention these three things.
Mhm.
Every time they want to vote, what they always sell? What's the sell pitch? Tax.
Taxes.
Run the country, right? Money.
Right.
Okay. Healthcare. Taxes run the country, right? Right. And war. Tax money, correct? Now, what three things? What every politician don't talk about? It's money, right? So now, not only that, they look in your face, right? Oh, we're gonna do this. Do they do that?
Of course
Keep
not.
one that. Okay.
None
So
of
now,
them.
I don't want you to say I'm
No, no, no.
independent. I'm independent. What I'm stating is this: the first guy that said we're gonna do one. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Did not do it. You tell me one other president did that. You can't tell me one.
No. Okay.
Okay, then. So with that being said, what? Like I said, I'm independent. I don't need nobody to think I'm Republican. I'm Democrat. I'm independent. I'm my own thinker. So what I'm saying is, what a lot of people cool with is a nice president. I don't want no listen.
But
you
it's
got
not
two
even
type of
about
balls.
a nice president.
Yes,
You
it
see,
is.
these people go
It's
over
nice.
there
It's
to that
nice.
damn Capitol and toe shit
No.
up.
Listen. Okay, you ain't hit it. Listen, let's back up.
Okay.
Okay. Now, with that being said, okay, to toe it up.
Mhm.
Okay, then so you looking as the capital, right? Was it as the capital?
Capital.
Cool.
The Capitol is at the church.
Now, okay, cool.
So
Okay.
let's think about it as a
Okay.
church.
Now,
Mhm.
before, what made them get to that level?
You tell me. What do you think? What made it that level?
Okay, now they just passed how much? What, $10 trillion? How many years?
I think like 10. I think like 10.
Less than 2 years?
Yeah.
Unheard of, correct?
Listen to
Okay, and so they passed $10 trillion. We got how much? $600?
600.
600?
600.
So you cool with that? 10 trillion and you get $600.
Listen.
I'm asking you, are you cool with that?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you say you're not. So, okay. So that's what the people mad about. Everybody playing this like it's it is, but at the same time, it's past that. To look past that for one.
It's
It's
past
People
color.
at the
It's not
Capitol, the people
it's
at the
not-
Capitol was not mad about no money.
Mm-mm.
The people at the Capitol is mad that
Because
their
the
chosen
election-
vessel, their
the
chosen vessel
Yeah.
lost
Did not-
fair and
exactly.
short, fair and
Exactly.
square.
It's not
He
about
had
money,
over
it's not about
60 lawsuits that his own appointed Supreme Court judges denied. Listen, he gangster as hell. He did some he ain't play checker, he chess. Some chess moves, but he was still checkmate by the people.
Okay.
Yep.
So let me
You
ask
feel what I'm saying?
so
Because you put people in position because you felt like them people would have had your back. Because anybody that did not have your back, what did he do? He fired them.
He took them
He
out.
fired them.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And the people, so you can't fire Supreme Court. They done. They
No.
there for life till they croak. I bet you if he could fire them, he would.
He would.
He
Now-
would.
I agree with that.
So let me ask you a question, right? So name one law that been passed to help us. So could we talk about war color, right? Name
Since
one
Trump
law.
been in?
Okay, yeah. In general.
In
Name
general.
one law that's made to benefit us.
None.
So,
I can't think of it.
okay, so what we talk about? What we talk about what they want us to talk about. The main issue of us to get the master the law, right?
Correct.
We're talking about
Understand.
something that the biggest issue, deep issue, is the law. You make law, you run everything.
Of course.
Okay, so now we talking about policies that I don't care, Democrat, I don't care who in the seat. Because every news anchor that's on the TV making millions, I don't know if y'all know that, Don Lemon, Como, every news anchor that y'all talk about, Fox, we get away from the main issue. The main issue is no matter who's in chair. Since I've been paying attention to Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, I ain't met a president yet that helped my pocket.
It has nothing to do with the president, though.
Mhm.
I love when they speak and say, the president ain't do this, the president ain't do that, the president ain't do that. Keep understanding, keep in mind, Obama had 8 years, and the Republican controlled both houses those 8 years.
Cool.
Nothing. Wait a minute. It ain't just cool. Nothing can move. The president is nobody. Okay, and when I say nobody, because he can't make shit shake unless he just want to go against all parties. Okay, it is the congressmen, the mayors, it's the people underneath, and that's what we as people. And I had to learn that. I learned that late, but now that's what I do. I just don't vote when it's time to vote for the president. I vote when it's time to vote for my mayor, the council, because it starts at the bottom very small. And if you own their ass, they gonna be on the next level's ass, and the next level gonna be on the next level. Then it's gonna go all the way up to Congress.
Now,
Now, wait a minute, I'm not done yet. Because even now, let me tell you something. I'm not saying that Biden's gonna make shit happen for us. I am over the age of 35, okay? And 20 to 22 years of that 25, I was an adult. I was working, paying taxes, and doing everything else. Listen, whether they give me $600 or $2,000, that's my money I'm getting back.
Yeah.
They're not giving us money.
Yeah.
That's my money that they can do at any time. Right now, they have no choice because we're in a global pandemic. Now, if this was something minor and small, they won't be cutting no checks. Remember, they cut checks last time.
Can I ask you a question? You seen that thing that went on? Was it $600 divided by 365?
I seen that. It wasn't but a couple change, but guess what? That's my dollar that I work.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So the main point I'm trying to get at, the main issue, it starts with your city governor and the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
Point what I'm trying to make: if you make laws to benefit them, all we're gonna do is just talk about politics, the whole nine. At the end of the day, it's about what?
Money.
It's about money because of who we have there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, we said who we have there.
But see what
no.
happens is though, as you start to vote those individuals in that's at a lower tier, like you were saying, he's right in your neighborhood, he's running for city council, so you vote for him. Once he move up that food chain, and he start playing with those people, now everything that you was talking about doing, I can't do that no more because I'm playing now.
Yeah.
So now what happens? Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish because it's deeper than what we actually really think. It's not about because once you in with them, either you do them or you get out. So what happens is once you get in and you start getting in, things start to happen to where things start to, you have no choice. Okay, you have no choice, and I don't want to get. I don't want to go there, but I'm sure you know.
How did Georgia turn blue? Because there was a fucking choice.
Yeah.
Adam ain't lay down. She ain't lay down.
Yeah.
She didn't get what she wanted, but guess what? She said, "Okay, I got a game plan for y'all." What she did? She sat back and she grind, and she grind with those who had the same vision. And at the end of the day, we got the House, we got the Senate, and we got Georgia. That's what happened at the end of the day. If you
the
put somebody in
Democrats are the
office,
one
they not
who
doing
pushed
what they're
back on the
supposed to do, you
$2,000
take their
stimulus.
ass out of
Am I
office.
right or am I wrong?
Facts.
It wasn't Republicans who
Facts.
pushed back on the $2,000
Facts.
stimulus. It was the Democrats.
Facts.
It's
No,
the
no, my friend,
it's the
no,
Democrats.
my
It's-
friend.
It is. It was the Democrats.
No. It was pushed back because it was some other shit that was in the bill
But the
that
Democrats-
they could not get passed. Listen, I understand
No,
what
I
you're saying 100%. But listen,
when it get down to the
when
voting of it, the Democrat was
oh,
the one that said no.
so
The Democrats was the one that said
Donald
no.
Trump came back. Donald Trump came back. No. Donald Trump
Right.
came back and said he was going to give him 2,000. Where is that?
Okay.
They run the house. Where is that?
Nancy, stop it.
But the
Why?
Democrat was the one that stopped it in the House.
Why?
The Democrats
Why?
stopped it
Why?
because they didn't want to lose the money.
No, why? Why they stop it?
You tell me
You
why.
can't say
I
they
don't
stop because you
I
got
don't
what
know
is
why.
they say that pork belly? What is that shit they say that be in that pork or whatever? I'm gonna find the word for y'all. But it's when they say I'm finna give you $2,000, them people don't care about the $2,000 because money gets printed every day. It's that little shit in the middle where they want to fund all that extra. So you really think that whole $10 trillion is $2,000 per person? College kids still ain't getting no money. Okay?
No, you went, no.
That's
That the 10
right.
trillion went past your head, Wendy.
Yeah,
The 10
that don't have
trillion
nothing to do with this
was
stimulus.
the third.
That don't got nothing
Remember,
to do with that.
they passed 3 stimulus.
They passed
Three. This 10 was the one. The second. That's the 10 I was talking about before. What I'm trying to tell you that is when I said trillion, what I'm trying to tell you is they make it seem like the money's for the people. It ain't for the
But
people.
no, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying when they pass those money, when they say we giving out this amount,
Right.
it is not only just the $2,000 that's it. Them people, like you just said, once they
The
get in there, they start
$2,000
playing in that pool.
The $2,000 is the last
I'ma
bill.
scratch your back, you scratch my back. I want this passed, but I want it's just like the court. No, hear me out. I'm not. So what I'm saying is what's in the money that they're signing to give out. I'm not saying the $2,000 for the people or this that. I'm saying the whole package altogether.
Right.
If one or two items cannot get passed by the Democrats, it's blocked. If one or two items cannot get passed by the Republican, it's blocked.
Yeah.
That's why how many times they had to come to the middle and try to meet, and it's always a no.
A handful of times.
Right.
That's because
Because
what
the
I want,
Democratic
I
Party
can't
always
get it.
said no, though.
Right.
You can't get what you want, so
Right.
we saying no. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? That shit that Trump did talking about, oh yeah, I know the people need $2,000 bill. That was what was supposed to be given off rip,
But at the same
but
time,
it was blocked. So
but
why all of
remember-
a sudden you want it now?
But Wendy, remember, like, let me ask you a question. When he mentioned that, do you remember what he said? What's in that bill? What the Democrat
No.
wrote in that bill?
What they
The
wanted?
Democrat wanted $50 million for some fish.
Mm-hmm.
You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want $50 million to buy some fish?
Do we know what the Republican wanted?
Ooh, hold on.
It's vice versa.
No. The Republican wanted the $2,000 for the people. I'm telling you,
No.
but listen, everything.
You can't. Wait a minute. You can't compare fish to what the Democrat wanted for the
But,
people.
but what I'm saying though,
The-
what I'm saying, so you trying to tell me if one party is saying we're going to send within, I'm talking about the last bill that just got rejected.
Mhm.
The Democrat wanted $300 million to go to this country, right?
Mhm.
In the stimulus bill,
Mhm.
why we worrying about other countries?
Mhm. That's true.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the last bill. What the
Okay.
Democrats wanted.
Okay.
They want another
And then the
400
Republicans
billion.
said no, right?
No, hold on. They want another 400 billion go to this
Okay.
foreign country.
Okay.
The Democrats.
Okay.
Okay. So now what Trump said, okay, cool. We X all this. We need to push this bill for our people.
So the people can get the $2,000.
Get it to people.
That's what he said.
And what I'm saying though, and who closed it
Mhm.
was the Democrat. And you know why they did it? Because they felt like if we would have pushed that bill, Trump would have won this election. I'm lying.
We finna go to commercial on
Uh-huh.
that, and when we come back, we're gonna talk to Jamal on finance, because that would not have told Trump he won nothing. Because if Pelosi would have said yes to his rejection, trust me, that little grrr would have said no. We'll be back, y'all. Introducing 561 Palm Beach Music Group. Full service recording studio for all your audio and video production services. 561 Palm Beach Music Group. We offer in-house photo shoots and promotional videos. Let us take your creativity to the next level. We provide comfortable AC environment along with a certified staff. Follow us on Facebook at 561 Palm Beach Music Group.
Yeah.
Cause how you
He put it
like?
out there. He put it out
Who that?
No, keep talking.
Oh, let me know. I'm just saying. I'm all for saying. Hold up, now. Nah, he did and let you know this what the Democrats doing, but they don't want to do what I'm doing. So he let y'all. They're not for the people.
He pulled a mask off.
That's just like a hoe get on live and tell the block what her nigga did because her nigga ain't acting right.
So can I ask you a question?
Donald Trump went on live and say the Democrats this, the Democrat did. Man, he even telling on his own people.
So can I ask you a question? So you feel like when Joe Biden getting in power, everything will be smooth sailing?
When Joe Biden get into power, Wendy gonna continue to hustle off of her muscle.
Right.
And whatever come. I don't trust nobody up there. You feel what I'm saying? Until I get out there and push somebody to where they push you to the top. Listen, we're like you just said. I don't know when a president, not even a president, any term where we really actually benefit from anything.
Never.
That's the truth. It's gonna always be like that. But the thing is, we can't sit and say what didn't happen, couldn't happen. Da da da. Do you see how they ran up there? We need to fight like that, but not run up there.
But I'm gonna tell you something. The reason why I'm never gonna fight like that, my agenda, worry about my pockets. Because at the same time, every person that's in the Senate, Congress, they millionaires. So why I'm gonna sit here and worry about politics 365? Because at the end of the day, you make law, you God. That's how I see it. It's like if you make power,
distraction too at the end of the day.
It is a distraction.
It's a major distraction.
Think about it. Because everybody mind about politics. Guess what they doing? They waking up with a chauffeur. They waking up. They get.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? They make money because
they got
know
that good insurance that they don't want us to have. All that.
Nah, and then again, in the NCAA, the people, the black people that supposed to represent us, what you? They get their checks.
Yeah.
What they call? The people that supposed to support us. It's a name for them. I forget.
The representatives?
No, but it's a name with the Caucasian called the black folks that represent us.
Oh,
the black carcasses.
The black carcasses.
Black, I'm lying. That's what they call, right?
Yes,
black carcasses.
Yes, the black carcasses.
That's crazy. That's a potent ass name. Black carcasses. Yeah, when that was right. Am I right? That's what they call?
Yep,
Black dead.
Black carcasses.
All right, y'all. We finna get out of that because BC swells. Okay, right
what
now.
What anyway? Carcasses.
No.
You look at the definition.
Google.
Yeah.
So right now we finna get into we've been live. He talking about is we live? We've been live. We finna go ahead and get into Jamal and chat up with Jamal of
TDS Credit Repair and Debt Relief Turner Business Solutions.
And where can they find Turner Business Solution?
Everywhere. You can go right to Google. Actually, is my main preference. You can Google that Turner Business Solutions Inc. on Google. You can find me there. Leave a review. Instagram Turner Business Solutions. Facebook Turner Business Solutions. Main platform that I like to use is Google. Being that I'm in the service industry, that's where I like to have my people look for me at, especially my clients. Leave my reviews. Leave those reviews. If you seen me, dealt me, got a card from me, just leave a review based on the interaction that you got from me. Every review helps.
All right. So I know one of the topics we're going to talk about, because it's 2021. And if 2020 did not teach anybody anything, it should have definitely teach you wanting to have a nest egg, have something saved up, multiple streams of income, and credit. Credit is so important. Well, it should have been important a couple years back, but credit
they don't teach that in school, though. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
They should teach high schoolers, maybe even middle schoolers, credit and how important it is in adult life.
I agree, but unfortunately, they're not going to teach that part of the game because that's like having the chess up on the game. So you think about it, if you come out of high school and you know about credit, then you know that you're not going to get a credit card because you understand like what the downside is. So they keep it away so that way the creditors can push those credit cards down to 18-year-old.
But listen to what we're saying though. We could teach about sex.
Of course.
Okay, so if we could teach about sex, we could think about money.
But see, that's the thing.
You got an economics class.
Yeah.
You got an economics class.
So they could teach that.
So
they should teach that in that class.
Economics is when?
Economics is 12th grade. That's when I made my decision to go into financing was in my economic class, and the teacher was explaining white collar, black collar, and what was happening. I said, well, I'm going over here on the white collar side, and it wasn't because of like it wasn't because of what it paid and what it did. It was because the leverage that I saw that was happening on the corporate side. It was about leverage. When I was in high school, I said I want to have more leverage than the average person.
It's just like when you came up here and you said a lot of people, 9 out of 10 people say, go follow me on my Instagram. You said Google. What made you say Google, if my man asking?
It's more of a business. Well, I don't want to say that. I want to say it's more. I don't want to say it's more of a business stream, but everyone goes to Google to look for everything. Like if you sit in a house and you and your wife and y'all about to decide what to eat, what you do? You go to Google, you put it in a restaurant. Right. You don't go to Instagram to see what they said. Right. You go to Google to see what the reviews are.
So you don't really. So, but you use social media as a platform.
I do use social media as a platform.
But what makes you just say like Google instead of like because you're not worried about the following or anything?
I'm not worried about the following. I'm not worried about the trending and turning into whatever the social media has, because that's not my purpose.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My purpose is to actually help people quality-wise. It's not about social media. It's not even about having followers. If I can get those folks that actually looking for service, put my name in that search engine.
I got you.
Within
Google,
my radius.
Google, they looking for the service.
They're looking
social
for the
media,
service.
they looking more like the entertainment.
The social media is looking for someone that's famous. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
if I can put my 2 cents in, Google. Reason why Google is good, if you have a business, every time someone hits your business on Google, it moves you on the totem pole. That's what Google does. That's what it does. It's the search engine. Because let's say, for example, that
SEO.
that you went to jail 30 years ago. Somebody put your name in, try to find your mugshot. It's going to be hard for them to find it, but they're going to find it. But the next time they go Google, it's not going to be at the top, but it's not going to be as buried. The more you search that particular item, the more it moves up. So, like he said, the SEO, there's a key point. That's why when you get your little business and stuff, you have somebody that sits there that knows, okay.
What's called SEO, which is search engine optimization.
So, like, filter me not.
Go ahead.
Right? Anytime, if I want somebody to search that and I want my name to pop up, I'll tell them optimize talk show, optimize not, filter, Wendy, no Williams, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that goes with my show, that way every time they hit it, I pop up. With him, he's in finance. So if he does credit, he should pop up.
I'm in debt settlement. I'm in
starting a business,
debt management.
it should pop up.
So
that's Google.
Gotcha.
Google works good with websites.
Gotcha.
That way they're able to see your business faster.
Gotcha.
Social media is always good, but if you're not into, like you said, there's a lot of more what some people think are popular. They're geared to that.
I use it more so for just like advertising and like
I was just gonna say
educational key points of interest. If I'm doing my research, at 6 a.m. in the morning, I'm going through Google and I find some important information about SBA or about what the creditors are doing, about what the collection agencies are doing. I'll post it on my social media.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't filter that to Google because no one's gonna look at Google for that.
So what made you focus into this career? Like what makes you
Oh man,
I didn't know how important credit was till I got older. What age you got into it?
19. I started 19. I started doing collections, and actually, my first run at credit was collection. I didn't even have a credit card to even know what collection was, but I got a job doing collection. I went to school for business management and finance, got an associate's degree. So once I finished that, of course, you never find work in the shit.
Now within that in school, do they teach you more? They focus more in that subject, credit issue.
Well, it was light, but it was more finance, more bookkeeping, more business structure. How to so how they go through the actual overall picture of business. They don't get into the credit side of a business, how to actually establish business credit.
Since you mentioned business, because you do business,
Yes,
set up business. So I want to sell hair.
I got you. That's what I do too.
What
Shout out to Sweet's Hair Shop, Their Hair. That's us. Boom, in the building. Y'all go plug that. We got them bundles, we got them wigs, them lace fronts, 360s. Y'all get at your girl.
What y'all got for this?
She could do a little something with that. She could probably do something. I mean,
Okay. So I want to start a business. I said, yo, Jamal, what's up? I seen you on Filter Me Not. Da 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 da. I want to go ahead. I was a hairstylist, but I also want to incorporate selling hair.
Okay.
And the hairstylist, I'm at home.
Okay.
So now I want to start up my business. What is step 1, step 2? Like the basic, the first 3 or first 5 basic steps.
The first step would be business name, of course. Your second step would be, actually, you know what? I'm gonna stop that. Because people miss a valuable step in business is your personal development. I can see that personal development is the first thing every entrepreneur should go through and do. And when I mean personal development, I mean like clearing yourself of old baggage, clearing yourself of anything that's negative, clearing yourself of anything that's going to hold you back that you have not dealt with. Because in business, if your personal life is shit, excuse my French, you know my people out there, your business is going to mirror your personal.
Yeah.
And I say that because I lived that and I experienced.
Give an example.
That they say you have a not so stable life and you're going from place to place and place to place and you're trying to run the business. How can you when you're not in one set place? Not saying that you can't do it. Now we're in a mobile society to where, like me, I don't have to be nowhere. I can grab my laptop and I can go anywhere and do it.
So let me piggyback off on Wendy, since we're in business. Now, can you tell the people what's the difference between LLC and corporation? Like, if I want to start a business, how I know should I go LLC or corporation? Like, enlighten me. Like, which preference?
Sole proprietor, all that.
It's so common in LLC. Like, what's the difference?
The LLC is a limited liability company, which means that you're pretty much hands off on a lot of technicalities of lawsuits and things falling back on you. Like almost 90% won't fall on you at all.
Okay.
As far as the limited liability. Now, within the limited liability, you do have sole proprietors in that, and you have partnerships in it. Okay. So it means that I can do an LLC and bring you guys in, and you guys can be partnership, then I would have to file differently. I'm not a tax person, so I don't get into the taxes. I'm not an accountant. I don't get into
I was to have a tax preparer tonight. We will reschedule and have one in
really
so we can know what to file for, what not to file for, and what the people gonna come behind y'all for. But Brittany has a question. She says, how can I get credit for my business?
Well, the first thing you want to do is get the business established. It's about 9 to 10 items that you got to have done to actually start getting into the business credit and of actually getting credit.
What's the first three for her?
First three would be your company name. You want to get your EIN number, and you want to get an actual separate address. It has to be separate from your home, because what happens is when those creditors start running the business credit, and they see that your personal address matches your business address, they're not null and void, because it has to be a separate total entity. And that's what a lot of business was wrong at, because even myself, I went wrong there, where my house address was my business address, and I kept getting turned down. Once I switched the shit, I was able to start getting some lines of credit for my business.
Now, enlighten me. Now,
real quick for addresses, UPS stores will give you a P.O. box with a physical address. And they have a lot of virtual mailboxes now where you will get an address and they give you a set location to pick up your mail. Now, so look into that.
It has to be physical.
No P.O. boxes.
No P.O.
boxes. Now, to answer Brittany's question, because I'm not a credit expert, I know a little bit something. I just know about Dun and Bradstreet, because that's the get it done number.
Right.
Don't that help build your credit like educate Brittany?
It'll pretty much establish your company-owned social security number is what it's like.
Okay, and does that help?
Okay. So what happens is when they start running your information and your DUN is there, then they can see that you are an actual entity. But what happens is with the DUNS number, if you're not actually moving business with that number, which means like Quill, which like Uline, those companies allow you to do business credit lines, and you give them that DUNS number. Once you start making those payments, they're reporting that actual activity to the DUNS number. So the DUNS number worked, but if you're not doing something with that number, then it's pretty much dead.
No, and that Uline, just to throw it out there, that Uline that he said,
you have NAV as well.
That Uline is good for those who have businesses, because everything supply-wise that you would need for business is in there. I don't care if you just buy toilet paper. Buy it. Business accounts are needed too. You got to separate your personal from your business and make that payment right away.
And that's what established the business credit. And also what helps the business credit is your personal credit as well. Because for that first year, you pretty much a ghost. Right. So in my experience, I'm saying it from experience, I started my first company, I was 20 years old. Gotcha. So in my experience, not knowing the game like I do, so not now, back then, I was making mountains move, not knowing what's happening. And if I would have used my cash as actual credit, then I would have more leverage. Because if you have a capital and you take a portion of that capital and you go out and start acquiring the secured cards, then now you have leverage to play. You know what I'm saying?
Now what about now? Because I know you got Dunbar.
Let's hold on now. We're gonna go to a quick commercial. You're gonna go now, and then you look like you had a question too. So we'll be right back, okay, guys, and we'll get into that some more.
do one of these when I get on the track.
I need a part 2 show.
This show has been sponsored by Balt Vodka, premium strawberry vodka of Miami. If you're looking to purchase a bottle, you can visit many different locations in Miami and Broward, and also visit their website at baltvodka.com. You also can reach out to Balt Vodka on IG and Facebook. Drink honorably. Introducing 561 Palm Beach Music Group, full service recording studio for all your audio and video production services. 561 Palm Beach Music Group, we offer in-house photo shoots and promotional videos. Let us take your creativity to the next level. We provide comfortable AC environment along with a certified staff. Follow us on Facebook at 561 Palm Beach Music Group.
Eddie Green presents the grand opening of Last Hour Urban Comedy Night.
Now you can't speak English.
Wednesday, January 13th, inside the Bamboo Room in Lakewood, starring Ballhead Phillips. Also featuring comedian Ridiculous, along with comedian Top Flight. Live Wednesday, January 13th, 7 p.m. at the Bamboo Room in Lakewood, and all hosted by comedian Eddie Green. Be there.
Welcome back, y'all. It's Filter Me Not,
Yo.
NPM show
We back.
on the hottest network in
The
Palm Beach.
hottest.
That's what she said.
The
It's
hottest.
the hub, so make sure you're already following. If you're not following, take the time out to follow. If you have not shared, please share. It's free.
It's
Appreciate
free.
you.
Sharon
I'm your girl,
Sharon.
Wendy No Williams,
DC, I swear.
Sharon Missing City, and our guest.
Jamal, Turner Business Solutions.
All right, so you had a question before we went on to the break.
Well, with the NAV, I guess with the I guess we summed up with the business credit. With the personal credit, like, what's the quickest way to, if I have a 430 credit, right? What's the quickest way to get my credit score in a 730 in an 800?
The quickest way would be to add trade lines. Add trade lines.
Is
to your
this
credit.
business or personal?
Personal.
Or you
No,
personal?
speaking of personal, add trade lines. So if you know somebody that got a old Home Depot card from 1997, 98, 2000 with the $15,000 limit, and they paid on time all the time, have that person add you as an authorized user, and then that way you get that credit life, and it shoots up
Oh, hold on. It shoots up.
your score.
Okay, time out. Let me understand. Like, if Wendy got a credit card for
Right
15 years,
Right now.
I got the bad credit.
Right now.
If she put me on her, that's called credit line. Credit.
That's called adding you to her trade line.
So that's gonna build my credit.
Build your score.
So let's say, for instance, if I already got a good credit score, and
boost it up some more.
she got her, it's gonna boost mine up even
It's
more.
gonna boost you some more. Because of the life of the actual credit line, which on your credit report is called a trade line. That's why they call them trade lines.
I'm happy you said life of the credit.
Life of the credit.
Because, Allie,
Let's do it, Allie.
I paid off. God is good, thank God. I paid off my card last year before the year went out.
Yeah.
So you know your girl thinking she finna get that good old boost. Ooh. It dropped my credit 50 points.
Right, but it should go back up too as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
still waiting.
You're still waiting, but it will.
Because I called and I
It will.
disputed it.
It will.
Okay,
It'll go
so
back.
why does it do that? Why, if you're doing something positive
It's crazy.
and you close it out on a positive note, paying it off,
Yeah.
it drops. And then when it does go back up, how does it go back up? Is it to where it was, above what you
I
expected?
can't tell you that algorithm. If I knew that algorithm, I would be sitting in this room.
I know that's right. Can
I'll
you
be
answer
there.
this question too for me, please?
So
This
we
is
can
for
do it
Brittany.
business accounts. Me personally, I use Wells Fargo. I've been using Wells Fargo since I really tapped into my actual gift and really did my research. I researched pretty much a lot of the banks. I worked for a lot of the major banks in my past. Wells Fargo has the lowest fees. Wells Fargo has, in my experience, everybody's experience is different in customer service, dealing with them. On the business side, hasn't been no issues. Their fees are low, is what I can say. Chase has some high fees. They require you to carry a high rolling balance. Wells Fargo requires you to carry like a $500 balance, and there's no fees charged at all. And if you're in business and you're not making $500, then just
Did you have?
I did have a question. So a lot of the times, and I think I even posted this at one point. I said, my son was turning 16,
Mhm.
and I needed a bounce house. I called all my black businesses first.
Mhm.
Some didn't return my call. Some said, I'll get back with you. Some said, I'll come out and measure your yard and tell you what tent you need for your party. No one came through. Okay? So it upset me because I said, you know what? I try to help my people.
Right.
And I try to go to my people first.
Me too. I always
Okay.
do. Always do.
But 9 out of 10 times, I'm
It's
not
a fail.
happy. It's a fail.
It's a fail.
So I think and I had this conversation with one black business that her social media would not allow me personally to come do business with you. Because when you ripping and rambling and it's
So
pussy asshole.
when you saying her, so, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
It's pussy asshole, try that gas station.
Right.
And then the next post is come get my product. I'm straight. You
I've
know what I'm
learned-
saying?
There's one thing I've learned. There's one thing I've learned in business from watching people that are way more successful than me. They have multiple pages, man.
Yeah, there you
You know what
go.
I'm saying? If you're a person that got multiple lives like me, I like to turn up, I like to go out a lot. I use a certain page to show what's going on. But on my turn of business page, you won't see nothing
None of
happening
that.
besides my business, my education, because that's my focus point.
That's your income.
And I think a lot of black
That's how
business
I'm trying
doesn't
to
understand that.
And that go back to when you said separating it.
Yeah,
You got to separate it.
Okay.
yeah.
You gotta be able to separate it.
Valerie, if I got denied credit from a company, why do it takes 2 years for the credit inquiry to fall off?
Well, that's an actual law from the actual credit, the credit rights file act. That's just their law that it stays on for 2 years. Now 2 years is a soft credit pool. Soft credit pool is when they pull from one of your creditors, which is going to be TransUnion. That's a soft pool. Those last for 2 years. When it's a hard pool, like if you're going for a mortgage or you're going for a car, those are harder pool because they pull all three, and the score has to be a certain score on all three. That's why people get denied, and they say, well, your Equifax is this, Experian is this, TransUnion is that, because they put it on all three. But to answer her question, it stays on because that's the credit law for that actual soft pool. Now, you can dispute it and get it off. If you never got the item, if the actual contract never went through, you can dispute that inquiry and then it'll come off. But you got to have the right verbiage in your letter, which I
Why
can
is
do.
it so hard to dispute with Equifax, man? That is the hardest.
Equifax,
Why are they so hard? TransUnion,
Equifax is
cupcake. Experience,
Hopefully that helped,
Cupcake.
Valerie. Before you go into Equifax, you were speaking about the bank, and you said, well,
why is Wells Fargo asking for $1,500 to open? Well, they should let you know that answer to that question, because once they bring your information, they're going to tell you why you have to put in such a high deposit. When I did mine, I just put in a certain amount to open my business account.
And he did mention as well, the first year to 2 years
Yes.
is off your personal
It's off
credit.
your personal
So
side.
if it's you're building a business, you're building it off personal
personal
before you
side.
establish business
So-
credit.
if you had anything on there that's not in their matrix, what they call their matrix when they're doing their analysis, when you go down to opening your business account, there's certain requirements that you got to have. We would never know because that's all back office information.
Right.
So they put your information and it comes up. And if you don't hit the checkpoint, then you're done. But if she was denied based on credit, then she should get a letter from the credit bureaus explaining to her why. And that usually comes within a month.
isn't it more friendly as well too if you got a report? Like if I bank with let's say Chase and I've been banking about 10 years, wouldn't it be more friendly with me open up a business, or it don't really matter like that? It matters on credit.
It matters on what they put in the system because everything is set on matrix and guidelines.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, then I could have went to PNC and did mine, but I chose not to because of my research. PNC didn't fit my actual business and where I was at the time.
Gotcha.
So like people gotta understand where your business is at and what thing is gonna work for you. You know, if Chase works for me, you probably may not be able to carry $5,000 balance in Chase, and I'm happy. But people gotta know and be in their lanes because people like to do monkey see, monkey do a lot, and that's how people get left behind. People businesses closed. But Tangela said to go down to Chase, but Chase
Ah,
didn't
that was
get
for
there.
her.
That was for her.
Not
So
for
what's
you.
for you is for you. So I always tell people, do your own research, do your own homework, like I did. And you know, I could ask this question to other business owners, but they would have told me what worked for them.
Mhm.
Then I would have went south, and then not worked for me. Then I probably would have got all frustrated and I did nothing. So I did my own research, and I got what worked for me and Wells Fargo being good for us on the business side. We sometimes got to tug a war with the banks on transactions, but you know what I'm saying? That's just banking though. You know, things happen. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If I got a kid, if I got 3,
Mm-hmm.
the oldest and the 2 youngest, if they like 11 or 8, can I add them on my credit card before they get to a certain age to build a credit and
Of course you can. Yep, you got it right on that. It's no age requirement. Like I've added people on. I've done trade lines with people. They don't ask how old the person is for the date of birth. Of course, that's for the social, of course, and they put on. They don't. Those questions are not privy. They just want the information. They put it on so they can attach it to that actual person's credit, make it a trade line. But they don't.
I actually, my
I haven't
daughter,
run into anything that's a problem.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
my daughter was 17. I opened a credit card under her name,
Mm-hmm.
and then this was just me just thinking out loud and saying like, let me try this and see how it would work. So I opened a credit card under her name, but I would make the payments. So by the time she went off to college, she had that card. She would use it, but I would always make the payment. So now that she is opening her own business, shout out to her destiny.
Shout out.
Right,
Shout
shout out all
out.
the entrepreneurs.
My daughter's opening her boutique. Her credit score was pretty high.
Yeah.
And she was able to
Go right in and
just
do
go
everything.
straight in and do a lot of stuff. I mean, when I
Because
say big money, I'm talking about 3 digits.
Because of the personal credit was intact.
Yes.
And that's why it goes back to what I said earlier here, that the personal credit is going to pretty much leverage you in that first year. And if you don't have a lot of capital to make business activity, then your personal credit is going to be your God until you get to that level to where now I can start opening up a Quill account to start picking up these different actual business accounts. Another good account to do in your business is an actual gas card secured under your business. And then that way you give your capital and turn it into credit, and then now you create your own leverage. It's something I learned like 10 years ago when I was able to.
I never thought that.
you had to what?
So what happens is you can set up a secured gas account. So if you have $1,000, you give Shell, Tesco, you give them your $1,000 in turn, they give you a business card
Okay.
with an actual credit line of your money.
Okay.
So it's not secure. It's secure because your money
It's your money.
because your money is on
Okay.
there, but you're using it as credit.
That was going to be my next
So
question.
now what happens is now your score start to go up because now you have credit activity, but with your own cash.
Wow.
And you still haven't touched Shell money.
I didn't think about that.
You still haven't touched Shell money at all. You're building this credit. You're building this credit now.
Now, can I do one for my business and one for my personal?
Of course, simultaneously at the same
I
time.
never thought
All
about
right, real quick. I'm gonna take it off the screen so I can read the whole thing. It said, "Hello guys, I have a business account with my bank in Patient Care Private Care, but I got denied a credit card with bank on my personal credit." It's right here.
it. Oh,
You seen it?
Short period of time. How long do I need? And how do I do this credit?
Hey Trina.
Hey Trina, I got
Hey,
your
Trina.
question. To build a business credit, it is a process, and it's 9 steps to that. I can't repeat them off my head, but there's a 9-step guideline that can get that for you. And those, I can name off a few randomly. You'll need the LLC, which you should have if you have a bank account. You have an EIN number. You have a business account. You should have that. Your Duns and Bradstreet, your NAB. You want to have the 2 separate address. Well, the separate address from your home address. Make sure it's a physical address, like you said, virtual. Let me see. I should have brought that list, man. I wish I could give you more information, but it's you can reach out to me.
Yeah.
You can definitely reach out to me on Facebook. Facebook for sure. You can DM me, and I can give you actual more details on that to really help
Give
you
your
out.
Facebook handle.
Turner Business Solutions.
Turner Business Solutions.
And then Jamal Turner on Facebook as well.
And then he's also on IG.
I'm also on Instagram as Turner Business Solutions as well. So Turner Business Solutions that's it. Instagram and Facebook. So I can really give you the information that you need because I don't want to miss anything. And then you're writing this down or probably taking notes. You can miss out on some things. So definitely reach out to me so that way you can get squared away. But it's about 9 steps. You follow those steps and you will not miss. I did it myself. I've set up since COVID. I've set up about 5 businesses since COVID, and they went through those steps and they are in that direction. And it's kind of rigorous but only the strong survive though,
Right.
too, right? So if you're really about it, then you go through those 9 and you eat those 9 steps, and you'll be able to really start to see you be able to establish business credit. Because I thought that I can dance with 4 or 5 items done, EIN numbers, LLCs. Then once I got a real awakening of what was missing, I was missing some vital things. Once I got them intact, I was able to eat more. You definitely want to get your business tax receipt, your BTR.
What is that?
Business tax receipt. So you go to your county, actually go to your city first, and then you get your tax receipt, and then you go to the county and they give you that. That would allow you to apply for grants. That would allow you to be in position to get funding, having your business tax receipt. Having your business tax receipt, as a matter of fact, the city of River Beach, I think last month they had about $20,000 in grants, and there was only 3 requirements, actually 4. Your last year taxes, your BTR, your LLC, and an EIN number. 4 things.
And guys,
Grant money that you don't have to pay back.
look into this grant, and I see there's a lot of quite a few women on here that's asking questions currently right now, because I'm on the waiting list myself. I will find a website and I will put the link in the comments. If not today, tomorrow. There is a single mothers grant out right now. I might say it wrong. When I get the information, I'll post it for you. It's like a black women or African American, something for us, colored
It is.
women grant for that as
I saw
well.
that. I did see that.
Yeah.
And the
Where
EDIL,
do you get this information from?
My brothers were all collectively
I
building.
get mine from Google every morning. I'm up on Google every morning at 6 a.m.
My brothers on
And
Google and
people-
YouTube.
Now, what you
And-
type in? When you,
No, I just swipe my screen over till it gets to Google, and I just look. And usually, being that I search finance and servicing and credit,
usually pop up
it's
on
pretty much in
Yeah,
my
I would.
feed is what I have in Google.
Gotcha.
You know, if I was searching strip clubs, I have strip clubs in my feed. But I pretty much
I
gear
got you,
myself
Trina.
for what I pretty much gear myself, and I make sure I'm loaded with what I need to eat to help people. Because if I don't know, then no one knows, and I don't want to give nobody wrong information.
Guys, YouTube is so vital. When
It
I say
is.
it has so much, my brother sends me videos almost 2, 3, 4 times a day.
YouTube is sad.
Just easy. It's so many easy, quick ways to just make money like this. Some of them you don't need like everything that you're giving. You could just do the basic setup. And sometimes if you're looking for that real money, you know what I'm saying, you do what you need to do.
If you're not, I tell people this all the time. You start a business, don't play the short-term game, which is go back to what she said. You get a few things, you get small money. This is what happens when you run out of small money. So now you gotta go back and do the long thing. So now you're stuck 9, 10 months waiting on those to go through. I tell people, you're gonna eat everything on the plate first, and then you eat more plates later. So those 9 steps are vital. You want to come off the porch and know that you have nothing else to worry about. To where if you get a post from somebody that says apply for this loan or grant, and you go there and you're missing step number 8 in your list, it's gonna crush you because you got, you know what I mean? It's gonna crush you. So I'm saying from experience,
Gotcha.
do it all, man.
Gotcha. Knock it out the way.
Because I'm learning from 19. I started my first company. I thought I did something to look now at what I did then. I was totally off. So
Valerie has another question. If I have filed hypothetically, that word speaking, if I filed for bankruptcy a few years ago due to some financial issues, how can I get that off my record?
the only way to get that off is that you gotta have the dismissal from the court showing that the bankruptcy was dismissed. Usually when you file your bankruptcy, 2 things are gonna happen. Either it's gonna be a file, and then you proceed with the actual bankruptcy, which means you're bringing in creditors under there, this person, this person, this person. You sit tight for 7 years, you do nothing but pay them off. Or you dissolve it. Now, if it's dissolved, then you got to go to the courts. You get that document showing dissolved. Then you send it back to the courts and you dispute with them saying, why did you report to the credit bureau? Because the courts and the credit bureau are not by law supposed to even entangle information. And I say this because I just removed the bankruptcy from a client and they sent the letter to me tonight and they got removed. So I say this because this is what I just
This is what
experienced.
you do.
This is what I do. So to be able to do that, you got to get the dismissal of the actual bankruptcy from the court showing that it never went through. Now, if it did go through, then you got to wait 7 years for it to fall off.
Guys, I just posted one of the grants in the comments, okay? That's one of the grants. If I get the other one, I'll post it as well.
Oh, and for the business owners out there, the EDIL, for those business owners, you should know what that is. You shouldn't have to bring down the acronym. But the EDIL is open up their
But break it
grants.
down for those who don't know. You got new business owners.
Hold on. Let me get
And
that
some who you
information
think might know, may not know.
And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
What the triple P, the PPP?
Yes. Those folks too. But make sure you really on point with that because the day ain't playing with that PPP number.
Yeah, what I'm hearing this, you got to have obviously EIN number. You also got to have a bank account with your business. Your business.
You
bank
have a business bank account.
Yes, and it has to match. Everything has to match.
Right.
And with the PPP, you have to show a certain amount of payroll that was paid out. Now you can't just file anything now, so you got to show payroll. So the EDIO is the Economic Injury Disaster Loans with the SBA, which is what everybody got last time. And everybody got all their loans. They got all their money, and that's how they got that through the EDIO.
I done dropped y'all a couple links, a couple of jewels. I'll drop some more when Jamal double back. He will be back for more information
Definitely.
to give out to y'all because we ain't able to give everything out in 1 hour.
Yeah.
And we had a slow start, but I dropped the grant, and then on YouTube, there's a link on there on YouTube for building your business, okay?
Indeed.
Building your business. All right, guys, we're going to go. We actually had, we was going to talk about Lori. I wanted to talk about Lori, but we ain't gonna do that. We'll save that for another day. Because I want to know, is she for the streets or she is the streets? Okay?
Lori.
We're gonna go to commercial.
Lori.
We'll be right back. Don't hate the game.
You wanna shop? It's on me. Sex on the phone. Call me. You wanna talk? Darling, I'm on the hotline. You know you can get it. You wanna shop? It's on me. Sex on the phone. Call me. You wanna talk? Darling, I'm on the hotline. You know you can get it. Hello, I can do you right. Girl, you tired of looking.
And 561 Palm Beach Music Group. Full service recording studio for all your audio and video production services. 561 Palm Beach Music Group. We offer in-house photo shoots and promotional videos. Let us take your creativity to the next level. We provide comfortable AC environment along with a certified staff. Follow us on Facebook at 561 Palm Beach Music Group.
Eddie Green presents the grand opening of Leffy Hour Urban Comedy Night.
Oh, now you can't speak English.
Wednesday, January 13th, inside the Bamboo Room in Lakewood, starring Ballhead Phillips. Also featuring comedian Ridiculous, along with comedian Top Flight. Live Wednesday, January 13th, 7 p.m. at the Bamboo Room in Lakewood, and all hosted by comedian Eddie Green.
about this.
Yeah, man.
Hey, welcome
right.
back. Your
We
girl
back,
Wendy
we
No
back.
Williams.
Yo.
Don't Filter Me Not. 10 p.m. on The Hub. Real quick, because this our last question, because she did ask and I did skip it. She wants to know, are you familiar with States Coast Credit Union? And I guess she wants information about it.
I'm familiar, but I never had any business dealing with them. Credit union is always good to have, for cars, for anything finance-wise. Credit unions are great. Credit unions are great to put your children in at a young age because they do have I think they have like the fun clubs where you put in every month, and then it goes into their, you do it for Christmas, what do you want to do it for? That's what I did with my kids a few years back. My credit union, put it all in there. You can't touch it. You can't even go in there and get
Credit
it.
union
until
good at
the
matching your
end of the
money.
year. Yes.
They're good
Yeah,
at
they
matching
match.
your money. Percentage-wise, they're great.
Yeah, they're great
But
at that.
I can vouch for it, Brittany, and I'll get you more information only because my brother just opened the account and he
Okay.
literally a couple of days ago sent me the link to open an account there as well. So I'll get the information from him and forward it to you. But credit
It's not a
union-
lot of them though. It's not a lot of them. They're pretty like here. So what I like
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
they're like here, so they're not like all over the place.
But credit union is more for the community, no?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty open. I mean,
Like
it's
like every not saying I mean like
There's-
for their city. Or something.
What I've noticed is that they're small enough to do more than what
Yes.
bigger banks
Yes.
can do.
Gotcha.
Correct me
Yes.
if I'm wrong,
You
but they're
gotcha.
smaller where they could fund you more.
Yeah.
They give you a
The
lower
interest
interest rate.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Lower
Are
interest rate
lower and
is crazy
stuff like
low,
that.
crazy low.
And
Gotcha.
there's
Because they're
something
independent
else.
bank funded. Being that they're independent bank funded, they're not funded by like the
Right.
HCB. They're funded on their own actual money that they're making, so they can
Gotcha.
move their actual interest scale way better than actual, Bank of America.
That's why they can
Wells Fargo.
compete more with the bigger banks.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So
I just want to say one thing before I go.
Go ahead.
I did want to speak on this part of the credit repair and the debt management. I just want to speak on debt settlement. Settling your accounts. People have this myth about settlements. Oh, it's bad, it messes your credit, da da da. But if your credit's already messed up, how more messed up can it be? Then you're trying to resolve your account. So I tell people this.
Yeah.
About 40% of your balance after it goes off, you set it, and you say, you know what, I'm not paying anything anymore. I'm done with it. They did me wrong. They start tacking on, and then 6 years later, and you want 5,000, 8,000, or 10,000, you would not want to settle that account.
Yeah.
Only makes sense, right? Only makes sense. So I just want to say that. I don't want to say that to kill the myth about debt settlement, because the actual people that are telling you that is wrong are the people that are working for the people that don't want you to do it. Just how that happens.
And I'm gonna piggyback off of you. The stage of where your debt has gone to collection matters too. If you're dealing, and a lot of people don't know, and I only found out because I work at Sprint. Your debt goes to an in-house debt collection before it goes out. So
And that's that free charge off. That's that free charge off what she's speaking of. So what happens is, for the first 90 to 120 days, your account stays in house. After 120 days, that bank have the decision to make. Should we write it off and take the loss and eat it, or do we hold it again and see if we can what they call retention? To where what they do is call you up and say, hey, we'll lower your interest rate for 9 months. Make these payments, and we'll lower it. But after 9 months, what happens? It goes back up 27%. And if they're savvy enough, they'll sweep back in that difference or that interest into your balance, and you won't even know because you're just making.
What do you
So,
mean by
wait,
writing off?
let me finish real quick. Now, I'm not familiar with that one that you're speaking of, but one reason why I'm going through it right now, I have debt that I'm paying off, and the in-house will call you, and they give you options. You could settle if your debt let's say your debt is $1,200. They say, okay, I got 6 or 7. It's good for your credit, but not as good if you set up that payment plan and pay it off. You feel what I'm saying? So right now, I chose, instead of getting that lesser, I want to pay the full off so it could look like I paid it off. You feel what I'm saying? But it's still good if you decide to pay it off. But now once it gets
It's not
outside,
It's not a catastrophic difference in points.
It's not.
Report, though.
but I'd rather the better one.
It's like a slide of only 2 points.
But I want the better one.
I swear to God, I'm not even lying. There's only a slide of 2 points between me paying half, her paying full, and then another point by her doing the credit repair and getting the ticket off.
But at the same time,
But when it goes off though, the other side I was gonna say, if you let it go outside, you can begin to pay, and your shit gets sent somewhere else, and then you got because they sell it. Everybody's selling your selling your account.
But that mean there's a better leverage for me. I can dispute it. Who's to say that was me?
At that point in time in the game, yes, because at that point in time in the game, once that account is sold, so-called transferred, you can dispute to have them verify the validity of the debt. Now, if they don't do that in 30 days with the pandemic happening, everybody working at home, and that's why I said back in March when I was launching my business, this is the time to do the speech because this is time to do the speech because what's happening is everyone that's working in the credit bureau, they're working at home. They're not sitting in the office where they can run and go get the file out of the PDF and go grab it and get it.
And then when they sent people home, some got sent home with pay, some got sent home just be sitting home, ain't got no job. So staff is low. So that regular 30 days, like you just said, if it ain't done,
it comes off. I'm a witness to it. I've been doing it for the last 9 months. I've been getting things taken off people credit that 2 years ago would never come off.
Never would.
Because everybody's locked in, everybody in the office, they're able to send that actual person information back to the actual creditor to verify. Once they do that, then you can even dispute even further than it and ask them, how did you verify, Mr. Creditor? You know what I'm saying? They got to respond to that. So it's not about sending the first letter. It's not about sending the second letter. It's about sending that third letter, what people miss out on. Because the average person get done. At the letter number 2, and that bank said it's verified, Sharon is your debt, you're going to be like, man, they said it's mine. No. How did you
So
verify
send it
that?
to butter.
I
I'm
need you to
gonna
send
rebut
my
that.
sweat off that paper
You know what
now.
I'm saying? How did you verify? And that's the law, because the law allows us as consumers to have them verify our debt. Show me the contract.
Right.
Show me the contract I signed for that $4,000 credit card.
Right.
If you cannot do that, the law says you have to remove it.
Right.
Last one. Credit Karma. How dependable is Credit Karma? You have some people that say yes, some people that say no. How dependable is Credit Karma?
Now piggyback off her. Can you let the people know difference between Credit Karma and my FICO score? Yeah.
And your FICO score is God. You want to use that like it's your social. You know what I'm
So
saying?
why everybody so dependent on Credit Karma?
Credit Karma?
Thinking it's accurate.
Credit Karma's easy is right there. It shows you only two, which I tell people all the time. I mean, you step a whole
I
other
think
bureau.
it's what Equifax and TransUnion that issue, right?
It shows Equifax and TransUnion, but it doesn't show experience. So that's a waste of time if you're trying to really see what's going on. And I don't know. It just seems like Credit Karma has this engine behind it that's kind of washed in people's brains. Like, this is what it is. Because I can't even say why people think that's like.
Well,
that's not it.
I can speak for.
I use it.
I got
use
y'all Credit Karma because Credit Karma is
use
how I
Credit-
got my two of them things off. I
I
disputed it
use
to
Credit
them.
Karma.
I ain't sent no letter.
I
I
use
disputed to
Credit
them. I got
Karma.
two stuff off.
And that's how I got some things off through their dispute board.
But you can only dispute with TransUnion. You can't do it through Equifax.
You can't.
Equifax, you gotta
can't.
go.
You got to go to their site.
It's gonna take you
actually
out.
gotta go
Yeah,
there.
Equifax, you gotta go to the website.
And that's
And
the
Credit Karma, you could do it through TransUnion on Credit Karma,
Yeah.
but
That's
Equifax,
right. It takes you out. It redirects you.
and that's why Equifax is one of the giants, because that one step it detours millions of people, because now you got to go somewhere
I'm trying
else.
to
Why
You
tell
gotta
is
sit
Equifax
down.
is so? Why they like the? Why is
They're
that the
like the
main
first
brand?
ones.
Or they're
They're like the
first?
first ones that started.
Oh, they know that.
If you
They're
do
the
your
big
research,
dogs.
Equifax, I think Equifax like in the 1800s, and then
Is it
TransUnion came, and then Experian came.
Is it TransUnion? One of them is in Boca,
I never
off
knew
your my road. They have a location. Let me put that
Location,
a location.
this. I never
Okay,
knew.
now I know that was the last one, but he piggybacked, so it's a part two. FICO score. What is it?
FICO score is your actual score. It's pretty much
Is it combined to make one? Is it?
It's combining them all, and it's pulling the median is what happens. So what happens is you have three scores.
Mhm.
It pulls the median number, and that's what that is. It's pretty much the score that they use when they do house, they do cars, they pull the FICO. So they have a system that they go in and it tells them the FICO score, which would be the median of the three, and that's what they use. And that's why they always say make sure your three scores are above a certain number. So when they pull the median, it's in the right position so you can get it done. But your FICO score is God.
Okay.
It
So
supersedes all.
let the people. Last time we was like, I'm gonna look at the camera and say this. Look into the camera and tell them, and take your time. Look into the camera and let them know on Facebook, on IG. You also say you have a website as well. Just let them know how they can get in touch. Contact you.
You can get in contact with me on Facebook and Instagram, Turner Business Solutions. Google for sure, Turner Business Solutions. I do have a job page, which is on Wix, which is Turner Business Solutions. Everything is a solution with me. So I say you can find me Turner Business Solutions. Also, I have a book I'm doing.
We could tell.
You said I got the book look.
You got the book look.
But, I'm working on a book, and it's going to be called Becoming a Solution. And what I'm going to talk about is how people can program themselves to become an actual solution for their own selves.
Okay.
And that's what I had to do. And that's why I say, I'm going to name it Turner Business Solutions, because as you know, when you name yourself behind something, you stand on everything.
Yeah.
So I always,
I know that was the last one, but I wanted to point out to you guys how important it is in business. Find the right name, because if you notice, all his handles is the same name. So you can't have a business on IG and it's this and it's spelled this way, then it's over here, it's spelled another way, or I'm on IG as Voluptuous Red, and I'm on Facebook, Black Don't Crack, and I got my website pages, Voluptuous Red, Black Don't Crack. Now you're giving people too much stuff to look for.
and the main reason why too to do it that way, because the SEO, the search engine optimization, once you have it in, and that's what it is on everything, when that person put in Sharon, it's gonna bring up everything.
Everywhere
Like you
you're
put in
at.
Turner Business Solution right now, that first page is like boom, like it's me.
Yeah.
It shows my Instagram. It shows my Facebook. It shows my Google. Like, it's there. I'm there. You put in a business solution, you know, I pop up. I think I'm a few down as far as in the area of like credit services, which I'm blessed to do. You know, I did an investment in my SEO through me right there.
Where?
That guy.
Oh, he's number 2. He's
I'm
talking
number
about
two.
down.
Damn.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2, guys.
Number 2 on the
okay.
page.
So this is where Google comes into play.
Wow.
Soon as
Number
I
2 on
put
the page.
Turner Business Solution, you scroll up, he's number 2, option number 2. And we know when we Google what we look for the
Yeah.
first 3.
First couple.
The first couple, that's what we checking out and see what they is.
Yeah,
So
that is true.
that's where that SEO,
SEO, man.
that's where that SEO real big.
I spent
I'm
some
not gonna
money
say
into
real
it.
business, but
I spent some money into actually going to the classes and actually going to seminars. Is what I did last year. I invested a lot of money into like seminars and actually education myself last year. Is what I want to do. So I'm going to continue to do that. And I can tell any business owner, if you're not investing in your craft by going to seminars and going to these conferences, and it's things out there. It's things out there that people can pay $100 for to go make $100,000, but they rather go to the club and spend $100. So I tell people, it's not about what you did with your money is wrong. That's your experience.
Prioritize.
I want my money to filter back to me 10 times forward. So, you know, I went through stages. You know, we all been to the club, you know, pop bottles, they got a VIP section, and then once that light go off, it's like, man, you know what? I go into the seminar and shook somebody's hand who could change my life. And that's what happened to me. I went to the seminar, I invested in a mentor, which I never thought that I would get a mentor. You know, because I work for
And
banks.
guys,
So
do your research as
your
well.
research,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Seminars are good. I would go to some and not others, but it's like the Bible. Study to show yourself approved. Study, do your own research. So when somebody come up to you and try to give you game, you can see like, yeah, they ain't never rocks. So when people drop real jewels, you can tell the difference between the rocks and the jewels. Because all seminars sounds good. They ain't nothing but motivational speakers. You feel what I'm saying? They know how to get you from X, Y, and Z. But what does your finance look like? What does your business look like? Some of them be broken than you, but they out there putting the word out there. You know what I'm saying? Some are better teachers than they are living it. But do your research so you don't be going that wrong path when you can go the right path, but then there you go. You got Turner Business Solutions. Okay?
And another thing I want to say is too, lastly, well, my last is that you just have to be true with yourself and what you're doing. If you're in it for the money, then it's going to come off that way. Me, I'm not even here for even me tonight. It's not about Turner Business Solutions. It's about the people that needed the information. That's why I'm so blessed to be here on this platform, because in my manifestation last quarter of my business, I told myself, I wrote it down on paper and I can go scratch it off my shit, that I wanted to be on the show. And I reached out to Wendy and she was like, yeah,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No.
You wanted to
And
be
I'm
on
saying-
a show or this show?
No, I wanted to be on this show, and I was looking for a show. And I said, you know what? I got to get at Wendy, because this platform is great for me and our community, and it's for us. And that's why I'm doing it, because I'm in my purpose. And once I understood that, I'm actually having a mentor who pretty much asked me, he said, why are you doing this? He was like, why is it for money? And he said, be honest. And I really thought about it. I was like, it's not for money, because I done made money working at, I done made money. So it's not about money. I'm in a position now, I'm not under the corporate structure. I don't have to, I can drop the jewels and they can't do nothing about it. So I'm gonna run a road with it until they come see me and be like, hey, you're dropping too much out there. So I'm gonna run this and I'm gonna run this and I'm gonna run it. And I'm gonna give it away. And the people smart enough to take it, cool. But I'm gonna give it away to where they have no choice but to take it. And then eventually I know it's gonna get where it gotta go. And that's in my community. And that's my purpose. So I tell you, find your purpose in business, because if you fake, it's gonna show, man. It's gonna show. That's in anything, though. You know, that's in anything.
All right, real quick, Marie said there's a company in Palm Beach that gives you a business mentor at no charge, and they will help you from beginning to end.
Awesome.
Beginning to end.
I did not know that, Marie. That is great information for those that are watching.
Boca,
Is it Boca?
It's in Boca.
near the college.
Oh, I think I know
FAU?
you're talking about.
What it's called?
I have it in
I
my
think
email.
I think I know you're talking about.
Well, when you get a chance,
I'll drop
you can
the
grab
link.
it and drop the
Yeah,
link in
I think
there.
I've seen some
Drop
information
the link
like
in
that.
there. But
Well, I want to give a shout out to the few business, local business owners that chimed in tonight. Ruth Tiana nailed it with the nails. Yeah.
okay.
Also, Pretty Girl Wigs. They also chimed in. They
This
enjoyed
is
the
my
show.
piece from Pretty Girl. Y'all see
And also,
lace wear.
also my favorite, dear to my heart, my daughter, her destiny. Beauty.
Destiny.
Boutique will be hitting the online real soon. Everything's getting together. She's selling pieces now, but we're having a grand opening.
Destiny, I am a brand ambassador. So if you need somebody to brand you,
yeah,
she be branded,
let me know. Yes, the public, the people.
Matter of fact, I got some branding for you to do for Turner.
I got y'all. Y'all want me to brand clothes, whatever it is, y'all liquor, y'all products, whatever. This is all sponsored by, this network sponsored by Vault Vodka. Vault Vodka, I will drop in the comments. We do have a Palm Beach location as well.
Nice.
But Dave Broward, you will find it at your local liquor store. And if you have a liquor store that Vault is not at, y'all get at me in a DM so we can get it into that store. VaultVodka.com also have Vault wear. They have merch. We have skis. We got hats. We got jumpsuits for the men, for the women. That's Miami Vodka. So make sure y'all go ahead and get into that. 561 Palm Beach Music Group. Get at them. Thug Mansion Studios. Y'all get at them as well.
Thug Mansion Streetwear.
And Natural Boy Marie just dropped another jewel for y'all in the link. Thank you, Marie.
Thank you, Marie.
Who else? Who else on the team?
I got a couple shout outs.
We got the white boy, right? We said the
white boy papers.
Okay,
y'all make sure y'all check out Milk Tray.
Milk Tray.
They got their own paper, white boy paper. Okay. I think that's it. Y'all get at Bob White for studio time. Great.
I want to say my plug out to Dream House Studios, which is 1109 Okeechobee Suite 17. That's where they do the after hours. They do a lot of events. Matter of fact, he's starting on Sundays. He's doing his mimosas, and so y'all go out there at 4 o'clock, 1109 Old Okeechobee, across from Private Center at the angle in the Warehouse District. Shout out to Bear Hair, Sweets Hair Shop. Y'all need y'all bundles. Bear Hair ETC on Facebook and Instagram bundles. Matter of fact, she's doing a class on January 31st, sewing to 6 figures.
Listen, this network right here, guys, the hub is for the people. Just like he said that he do what he do for people. Listen, I'm a people person. Those who know me know me. My mouth is kind of reckless. I try to contain it, but I am for the people. So if you're on here, you got a business or whatever the case is, drop your link for your business. Y'all looking for advertisement, promotion, y'all want to sponsor whatever it is, get at us. Because at the end of the day, if they ain't coming through the hub, they ain't doing nothing.
Okay? You entrepreneurs, man. Somebody say, oh, you can't do it, and I want to do that business. Man. Don't think about that. They don't see your vision.
No, they don't see it.
They don't see your vision. You in the driver's seat. When you in your own business, you don't need no passenger.
And I can say
you the driver's seat, man.
And I can say too, to piggyback off that, write down your goals, business owners.
Execute.
Write down your goals, man. I can say for me, last year, what got me to this place was what I wrote down on paper. How I told you this is what I manifested. I wrote this down on paper. I didn't just like wake up one day. I wrote it down. Last year in January, I said by the end of the year, going to this quarter, I want to do a talk show for my people. I can show you all this is stuff that I wrote down that has happened that you guys can go on and see. So I'm telling people right now, if you don't write down what you want to happen, it's not going to happen. It's about manifestation. It's about clearing yourself. When I said earlier, to get into that business, your personal stuff got to be so aligned to where, like, if you and your girl go through something, you can't be distracted.
You said, and not that I do apologize for cutting you off, but you mentioned that if it was the first episode, we were just vibing, that people get up and be so negative, and that negative pours out to everything that you do. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So your business, even if you ain't got a business, you ain't gonna be able to work and give proper customer service. You ain't gonna be no good to your kids. You ain't gonna be no good to your family. But see, your family deal with you because they deal with you. You feel what I'm saying? They know you. They know when you wake up on this side, and they know when you wake up on this side.
But the people outside, they don't have to deal with you.
And my black folks, y'all already know we talk. Yeah. So we gonna go back and bash you like crazy and not go back, but we gonna go back to Chick-fil-A.
I'm telling you, and customer service is key. I want to say for my people, I want to say my black people, customer service is key. If somebody sends you a message and say how much is your service, don't say inbox me. Just tell me your price. If somebody asks me how much is credit, I'm gonna tell you $295.97. Two in a row. I'm gonna tell you $75.95 to do the credit analysis, and I'm gonna say it because I know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna pump fake. I'm not gonna not tell you because if you don't get,
I feel like you inbox me, you gonna get everybody a different price.
Exactly.
Lay it on the front line.
I'm gonna tell you right in the comments. I'm gonna give it to you right in the comments. Then if you say, okay, Kimmy, then I'm gonna say, let's get into details. But as far as my price, I'm letting it rip.
So what is your price? What are you charging?
Well, I'm charging for single enrollment for credit repair. Single enrollment is $295.97. My credit analysis flat is $75.95.
And you're taking clients right now? Your
I'm
workload's
taking
open for clients?
I'm taking clients.
So
right now.
he's open, his workload's open for clients. He just gave you the prices for
And
the
for couples,
You listed business starting too. So
my business startup is $197.99 for business startup, and I take you through the 9 steps. And also, if you want to get into a more actual mentoring package with me, I do have a mentoring package where it's 90 days, where I actually walk through with you the 90 days. Because in that 90 days, things are going to be coming back. Paperwork is going to be coming back from the state, from the bank. So it's questions that you're going to have. So for 90 days, I will walk through you with the process and get you off on your way.
Now, I've seen before in the past, because I follow you, where you posted either a seminar or something that you have.
Yes.
Do you have anything coming up?
At the moment, no, but I am in the process of scaling up. And the actual classes, the workshop that I was doing, I was gearing them up for 3 for last year. I did the one in March, and I backed off on the rest because of COVID and the pandemic happened, and all the social distancing kind of left me in odds end. But I do want to get back on the classes. I was even contemplating with my team, which is myself. I like when I say that. I was contemplating with my team that like once a month I want to do like an actual live drop and just drop gems once a month to the people, and that way they can have something if I can't do the classes. So I'm going to hold myself still accountable to get the information out, but it won't be in classes. But I'm definitely talking to my team about doing an actual once a month drop.
All right, so when he has something coming up, he's going to come back, announce it, so you guys can tune in if you're interested. I got one more that I'm going to give out. Is Thrive Consulting Group, LLC. That is Kira McClendon. She also does business consulting as well and helps with the different fields that you are. And these are genuine people that's actually out here to help you guys. So also y'all check out Kira McClendon on Facebook, and her business is Thrive Consulting Group, LLC, IG and Facebook.
I gotta shout out my sister-in-law, Harper's Kitchen. She's full vegan. I cannot come on here and not do that for my sister-in-law. She's good. She's good people. She do all vegan catering. They usually be at the drum circle.
She got to come through and bring us some samples.
Yes, she
we'll
will.
Book her.
I make sure, I make it happen. They're usually at drum circle. They used to do I don't know if you guys remember the drum circle that happened in the Northwood area. No. They was doing the drum circles over there, but that's where she would usually cook at. At Harold's, where they used to be at. Harold's on Northwood.
Queen E, her boyfriend or husband or whatever, he does. I don't know if the same drum circle, but
Bossy, Arbo, we have a few more of those guys. MOB, Man of Blackness. So yeah, Harper's Kitchen, vegan. She's good. She's on Facebook that way. Actually, Instagram that way. Harper's Kitchen for sure. You can find her on Instagram. She's good. That's how we get ours. We don't eat no meat, so she.
Oh, vegan.
Pescatarian. Yes.
Gotcha. Fish and shrimp.
Yeah, fish and shrimp.
Oh, that good.
Everything else.
What's this, Sharon?
This is the place I was talking about in Oakland.
Oh, that does the mentor.
That does
Okay.
the mentoring.
Awesome.
All right. So
I recommend everybody do the mentor.
Marie also dropped. I don't know I think it's the same. Marie gave the website. Sharon gave y'all. You see how y'all tear it up? That's that vacation vibe, Marie.
I see
That's
my
that
dog
vacation
Woodson
vibe.
on there. I see my dog Woodson. Shout out Woodson Michael. Thank you, man.
But this is for the mentoring program, okay, guys? Free mentoring. You get to pick your own mentor, is what Marie said. Yeah, just check out the information. Y'all got some good jewels, some good information, some good things dropped today. Look into it. You got grants,
especially with the SBA.
Business information. We're gonna go guest. Your last word. What you want to give the people one more time, and we really finna go, y'all.
I do want to say to all those out there, just piggyback on what he said. Don't tell yourself what you can't do. Tell yourself what you can do. And I tell people, because people always say, I don't know what to do. So I tell them, if you did know what to do, what would you do? So keep that to yourself. Keep it in your thoughts. I know you may not know what to do, but if you did know what to do, what would you do to better your situation?
If I had to, as far as business-wise, the late Michael Jackson, check out The Man in the Mirror.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's where it starts.
Doing that's part of that personal development.
Yes. I think with every great successful business, it started with the actual person first. Indeed. And you have to be able to do some type of inventory on every category of your life. Personal, friends, your surroundings, your goals, everything. Once you do that inventory, I mean, everything is basically like a cloud, like you just getting out the way,
Yeah.
so you can
You
go
can actually focus and go forward.
on your goal.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Me, my word of the day, man, is like I told you, positivity and write a list, like he said, and just check. Write goals, man. Number one goal should be at least get a house, clean your credit, but you got to start. You got to start.
You
You got to begin somewhere.
Yeah.
So again, don't get down. My credit score was 430 one point in time, and I just did my homework and did my research and found somebody to help me. And it's a wonderful. You can do a lot with credit. A lot.
It's leverage, man. It's leverage. It's all leverage.
Leverage. A lot.
At some point, y'all killed cash and only used cards, so you have that paper trail. Last word, basically, I'm gonna piggyback off you. Purge your circle. Purge your surrounding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give Kira a shout out because I met her 3 years ago through her mom cheerleading in Derry and watched her hustle. But it wasn't her hustle, it's the fact that I was able to call and say whoop, 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 whoop. And she was like, yada, 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 yada. And I took off. You got people when you reach out and contact them, and Jess Hilarious did a video about that way back when she first, started. It was a joke, but it wasn't a joke because it's true. And it's mostly us that do it to each other.
Indeed.
Jamal, how you da-da-da-da-da-da? Oh, yeah, I'm going to get back with you. I'm going to send it in your inbox and woo.
And do nothing.
Why?
nothing.
Because Jamal think I'm competition. I'm not competition. I just want to know how you end. So, guys, purge your circle. Make sure it's people that's like-minded,
Resources.
that want to see you up, that want to give you advice, that is not there to tear you down, and also to support you. Thank you, Marie, for supporting with the bottle. She turned around and got her a second bottle. Y'all, just support. Support people you can see face to face. Not saying don't go and buy that album, don't go buy some rock and stuff like that. But if you have a neighborhood, liquor store and it's selling black owned, Balt Vodka is black owned 100%. Not no contract written so I can diddy bop and say, some rock boys. No, it's black owned. Okay? You have a lot of black owned businesses. Y'all support to support, not because they're supporting you. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you for tuning in to The Hub. The show is Filter Me Not. We'll be back next Monday, 10 p.m. But before we come on, we got the Milk Trade with Dre O.D. and Zovelli at 8 p.m. Thank you again, and good night.
Yo.
If you learn to get it right, they can't filter how we talk, cause we ain't tell no lies. Just to let them know you can never stop the truth. You got a leg of its own, it's always on the move. Always stick to the